Rivals Radio.
Welcome back to Rivals Radio with Wally and Dee here on Rivals Broadcast Network.
Hey everyone, today we're diving straight into the thick of it. The year 2 mock draft. This is where the groundwork is laid, you know, where legends get started and dynasties are really built in the league.
Absolutely, and we've got the blueprint right here. We're working off the top 10 mock draft from College League analyst Oscar Lewis. This is based on team needs, that crucial insider buzz. Basically everything GMs are thinking about right now.
Yeah, Lewis's stuff is always pretty well sourced, so let's get into it. Top 10 picks. This is where the identities are shaped.
Okay, let's start at the top. Pick 1, the Buffalo Brawlers.
Yeah.
Still celebrating that huge 55-27 Rivals Cup win over the Dukes, right? They're not resting on their laurels. Lewis has them taking Burt Bean, quarterback, Michigan.
Immediate reload. And you look at the context Lewis provides, they've got that core locked in. Andrews, Leak, Looney, Hawthorne, a really solid group.
And Michigan connection, right? Coach Gaffney loves those Wolverines, paired with Cam Reed from last year.
Exactly. Bean is seen as that pro-ready leader. They had some QB questions before, maybe some uncertainty. This just shores it up. Lewis basically says passing on Bean here. It's like punting on first down. You just don't do it if you want to stay on top.
So it's about keeping that championship offense humming. Bean's the spark, the necessary piece to keep that dynasty train rolling, locking it down.
That's the message, loud and clear. Intent to dominate long term.
All right, pick 2. Big shift here. The Mexico City Firebirds. One of those 5 teams that can their head coach after the season. They need something. They need belief.
And Lewis thinks they get it with defense. Brian Pillman III, outside linebacker from Nebraska, they desperately need fire off the edge.
Fire seems like the right word. What does Pillman bring?
Speed. Elite speed. And what Lewis really highlights is his knack for tracking the ball. You know, pro-level stuff. Turning pressures into actual turnovers.
Yeah.
That relentless energy. It's exactly what you need after a coaching change. Sets a new tone.
So he's like a chaos agent out there, giving that defense a serious edge right away.
That's the idea. Lewis calls this a warning shot to the rest of the league. They're building through disruption on D. He's got that quickness to beat modern tackles, too. A real structural advantage.
Okay, makes sense. Now, pick 3, Houston Hoplites. This is where things get interesting. Blockbuster trades to get here. They need a QB.
Oh, yeah. And Lewis is super clear on this one. The Hoplites are betting the house. They're taking LeBart Vick III, quarterback, Florida State.
The hype is massive. Dual threat star. But you call it a bet?
It's a huge gamble because they need that belief, right? Fired the coach. But Lewis points out they're picking potential, raw potential, over maybe a more polished passer. It's high stakes.
Why Vic, though? Why his potential over maybe someone safer if Lewis flags the polish issue?
It's got to be that electricity factor, right? Like Lewis kind of hints at this. They need buzz. Vic makes plays with his legs, extends things, gets the crowd going. He brings excitement. If he hits, wow, game changer for the franchise.
But if he misses with all they gave up?
Oof, catastrophic. That's the gamble right there.
Wow, okay, so huge offensive risk. Then immediately at pick 4, we snap right back to the trenches, the Pittsburgh Prowlers.
And they didn't just wander into this pick. Lewis notes they traded the house, next 2 second-rounders gone to climb up. They are desperate for D-line help, and they grab Bo Bubba Williams, defensive tackle, Florida State.
Another Seminole off the board. Lewis says scouts claim he plays like a prowler. What does that even mean?
Pure aggression, just relentless motor, nasty, dominant. The Prowlers are clearly all in on fixing that defense.
And the college stats back it up, right? Like insane numbers.
Yeah.
20.5 sacks, 30 TFLs. Leader in both. How does Lewis see that translated?
Now, the key thing Lewis points out is where those TFLs came from. A lot against runs right up the gut. So he's not just getting sacks, he owns the line. He makes that leaky Prowlers D instantly tougher. A one-man wrecking crew, basically, forces offenses to change their whole approach.
A true building block. Okay, pick 5, Orlando Sharks. They keep adding to that defense, too. Lewis has them taking Douglas Carter, defensive end from Georgia.
Yeah, the Sharks needed edge rush help badly. Carter is the answer. Lewis calls him a sack factory. Apparently, he's got this unique leverage that really works against the zone blocking schemes you see so much now.
And he fits perfectly with what they already have inside, right? With Jonathan Britton stuffing the run.
Exactly. It's like architectural drafting, you know. Britton plugs the middle, Carter screams off the edge, forces quick throws. Lewis thinks this lets their secondary feast. It cements that defensive blueprint they're building. Hard to run, hard to pass.
Okay, so we've seen the big QB bets, the defensive monsters. Now, Lewis's mock seems to shift focus. building the foundation.
Absolutely. The less flashy but maybe more crucial picks, anchoring the lines, especially offensive line, positional scarcity is huge here.
Right. So at pick 6, the Melbourne Marauders. They got their star running back last year. Now they protect him. Lewis says Raymond Carter, left tackle, Iowa.
Makes perfect sense. Carter's huge. Lewis calls him a human fortress. Checks both boxes, protect the QB, open lanes for the run game. Smart investment to protect their other investment.
Keeps the stars shining. Then, pick 7, same idea. Omaha Railstorm.
Yep, they follow suit. Tim McFarland, left tackle, Texas A&M. Lewis notes you just can't wait on good left tackles. They fly off the board.
And the Railstorms have weapons everywhere, don't they?
Yeah.
So getting that O-line sorted is priority 1. McFarland's a rock.
Pure strategy. It's not a sexy pick, maybe doesn't sell jerseys on day one, but Lewis is clear. It's a must-have. Gives the QB time, gives the RBs room. It unlocks everything else they want to do.
Gotcha. And the trench warfare continues at pick 8, Vancouver Mammoth.
Doubling down. Lewis has them taking Derek Sims, right guard, Nebraska. See, GMs aren't messing around. Filling needs, building from the inside out. Sims is a powerhouse.
A mauler, Lewis calls him.
Yeah, especially important against guys like Bubba Williams we just talked about. You need that interior strength. Helps the run game, keeps the pocket clean. It's about owning that line of scrimmage.
Makes sense. Okay, almost done with the top 10. Pick 9, Honolulu Surf.
And they shift back to D, but leadership this time. They grab Chucky Knox, middle linebacker, Michigan.
Another Michigan guy. Lewis noted last year they focused on the secondary, right? So now the front 7 gets attention. Why Knox?
Lewis basically gives him the 5-star review. Built to lead. Captain material. A true field general for that defense. Calls him a tackling beast. Instincts are off the charts. He's the guy who makes sure everyone's aligned, you know. Connects all the pieces. Serious all-pro vibes, according to Lewis.
Okay, the QB of the defense.
Yeah.
Got it. And now pick 10. Back to the team that started the fireworks. Houston Hoplites again.
Yep, they grabbed Vic at 3. Now, Lewis has them making another big splash. They take Keon Hunter, halfback, also from Michigan.
Wow, 3 Wolverines in the top 10. Hunter, he was the Heisman runner-up, wasn't he? Huge numbers.
Astonishing. 1,615 rushing yards, 24 TDs. Lewis loves his speed, his hands out of the backfield, calls him the ideal playmaker for the kind of splashy offense Houston clearly wants.
So you pair Hunter with Vic. Suddenly that backfield looks lethal.
Absolutely lethal. Talk about changing the narrative. They went from needing everything to potentially having one of the most explosive young backfields in the league. A game-breaker combo. What a way to cap the top 10. High risk, high reward, all the way for Houston.
So looking back at Lewis's top 10 here, it's a mix, isn't it? Some teams playing it safe, building the lines. Others are the hoplites, rolling the dice big time.
Yeah, lots of QB and line focus, like you'd expect, but punctuated by those huge skill position bets. Foundation and risk, side by side.
But you still sound a bit hesitant about that Vic pick at 3.
Yeah.
Based on what Lewis wrote about him maybe needing polish.
I am. I mean, look, going Vic and Hunter, that's a statement, a massive power move to jumpstart things. But pick 3. Vic has to be the guy, and fast. There's so much pressure on that pick working out, which, brings up the big question Lewis's analysis kind of leaves hanging.
Which is?
Who took the biggest gamble here that might just fizzle? Looking at this top 10, Rivals Nation, who's your bust? Who's the guy that makes you nervous?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something GMs will be sweating over. Okay, great stuff. Next time, we're digging into picks 11 through 21. That's often where the real draft strategy gets interesting.
Looking forward to it.
All right, thank you for listening from Rivals Radio on Rivals Broadcast Network.
Out.
It's Rivals Radio.